Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Black Friday, starring Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, both in the same film. And Boris Karloff plays the role of a doctor who is very friendly with a college professor. Someday, this college professor, he was involved in a traffic accident together with a gangster. And by coincidence, both the gangster and the college professor, they were in the same hospital. And the college professor, he was literally dying. He was in a very serious condition in the hospital, and the gangster was a little bit less hurt. So, in order to save the life of his friend, the doctor decided to transplant the brain of the gangster into his friend, the college professor. However, this brain transplant had the side effect of making the college professor sometimes behaving like the gangster. And before I move on, I must say that back to 1940, transplants and lots of things that we take for granted in medicine weren't still invented. So, of course, that there are many concepts and things talked about that we know that they are not true. And this is a film, this is fiction, so we must not take very seriously what it's talked about, because according to modern day medicine, it makes no sense at all. Anyway, this gangster, he was being targeted by people from his own gang and from the police because he reportedly hid $500,000, and everyone wanted to know where this money was. The doctor, realizing that his college professor friend was acting like the gangster, he took him to New York because the gangster was hiding in New York before he passed away, in the hope that the college professor would remember where the gangster hid the money. However, the violence outbursts of the college professor, they became worse and worse. First of all, he wanted to take revenge on his former gang members, because it seems that people who were from the same gang of the gangster, fellow gangsters, they wanted to kill him so they could keep the money all for themselves. And then it became more and more difficult to hide those violence outbursts because the college professor became a murderer, which is something that had nothing to do with his personality. Once, as he was away for a while, the wife of the college professor and the daughter of the doctor, they went to New York to find out what was going on. Why the doctor and the college professor didn't return home. Then the doctor talked to the wife of the college professor and told her that she should be patient, she was spoiling him too much, and being away from her, he would be more independent to do his things and so on. And then, after a while, the daughter of the doctor found out what really happened. And she said that she destroyed the life of his friend, and that his wife was very worried, and that he would better let the college professor meet his wife, because his wife wanted the college professor to see another doctor, and then it would be impossible to hide what was going on. And then in the meantime, the college professor started to behave like the gangster more and more, took revenge on his fellow gangster members and killed some of them, and so on. And then, after a while, the doctor realized that it was enough and that he should really bring the college professor back home before things got worse. Then the police was suspicious of the college professor and they wanted to not arrest him, but hear from him what was going on. Fortunately, it seemed that the college professor started to behave like himself again. The police didn't see anything wrong, and apparently things were alright, but they weren't. After talking to the police, the college professor got violent all over again. And then he got suspicious that the doctor did something with him. And he wanted to talk to the doctor. He didn't find the doctor. And then he only found the daughter of the doctor. He asked her where her father was. She had no idea. Then he tried to strangle her. And at this moment, the doctor arrived and shot him dead. And then we can remember the beginning of the film. The film starts with the doctor. He was under arrest. He was going to be executed. And before dying, he talked to a journalist, and he told to the journalist that his newspaper was the only newspaper who treated him with justice, and therefore he would leave his notes with the journalist, and then hopefully he could have his history told and something good would come out of it. And then the journalist told this story that we saw in the film. So we can understand why in the beginning of the film the doctor was about to be executed, what happened, why he was arrested, and so on. Bela Lugosi in this film, he plays the role of one of the members of the gang who wanted to find the money and who was the enemy of the gangster who passed away. And although the plot, when it comes to medicine, has lots of things that are absurd, even back then, let alone right now, even though the plot has those little issues, it's a film worth seeing. It has plenty of action, it's short, time passes fast, and we can see two great stars of horror acting in the same film, even though they aren't together very much in the scenes. And it's an entertaining film if you don't take those medical parts too seriously. But it shows that too much ambition and going beyond the rules to do something, that it's never good. When you are blinded by megalomania and this kind of things. So it has a beautiful message in the end, and it's a film I really recommend you to watch. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!